We're absolutely proud and excited to be here this evening with Women in Business New York with co-founders Cassandra Tennyson, Fung, and absolutely excited to be here with Councilmember Laurie Cumbo. So Women in Business New York is an exclusive network for women entrepreneurs, and we're here today to learn a little bit more about Women in Business New York from Cassandra.
Hello everyone, Cassandra Tennyson. Today is a fantastic day. Women in Business is a network and an accelerator for women-owned businesses. We want women to learn more about what opportunities are out there. And we also want the city and state of New York to acknowledge us. We are money makers, we are here to stay, and we just want to be seen and heard.
So, Councilmember Cumbo, I would love to learn a little bit more about what the City Council is doing to support women entrepreneurs.
I just want to first start off by saying I am so proud of these dynamic women, and to have this happen here in Brooklyn is so exciting because Brooklyn to me is where dreams come true. Brooklyn is where what was once thought of as impossible becomes so very possible, and I'm excited to absorb this Brooklyn energy. And for women in business to start right here in this borough, I already know it's going to be a phenomenal success because this is where everything happens, and it has to happen here because we are thriving as a borough. We are generating more income, creating more jobs. We are the fastest growing in areas such as hospitality, arts and culture, also our medical facilities, but what's also so very important are our local small businesses. And that's really the bedrock of Brooklyn, New York. I'm so proud to be a resident here because we have seen so many dynamic women. We are the fastest growing entrepreneurs in the nation. And so we have to look at women of color and their ability to generate those resources. One of the things that our controller, Scott Stringer, spoke about is that New York City does almost $16 billion in contracts every year. That's your tax-paying dollars, $16 billion. But minority and women-owned businesses account for less than 4% of all the contracts that the city is doing. So we in the city of New York, Mayor de Blasio has taken a step in the right direction, but it is only a step in what should be a marathon of steps that need to take place. But he's putting forward $20 million to help organizations that want to apply for funding to be able to have the resources to do that, the ability to be able to have money lent to them, the ability for bonding and insurance and all of those sorts of things to make it possible for women-owned businesses. But we're doing it right here today in the Navy Yard. We have an opportunity with Building 77 and its expansion. We have more jobs created here in the Navy Yard than anywhere else in the borough of Brooklyn, and women are a main component to the success of the Navy Yard. So as chair of the Women's Issues Committee, we're going to continue to work with our local businesses. We're going to continue, as Mayor de Blasio spoke about yesterday. He spoke about the fact that in the Bloomberg administration, we often fined businesses. We would give them fines, and they would have to pay hefty fines. But now what we're doing is we're interrupting that process. We're going to show local businesses, and that includes everyone, what the steps are that they need to resolve their issues so that they're not so heavily fined. We want to give businesses the tools and the techniques in order to not be so heavily fined and those sorts of things. We want to create a dynamic where they are given technical assistance and the opportunity to apply for loans. So there's a lot that the City Council is doing, and I'm so proud to be here to celebrate today.
Well, it's really great to hear about the action that's taking place both with City Council and the Council on Women. For Corin, I would love to learn a little bit more about why it was important to have this event during Women's History Month and about some of the tools Women in Business New York will pass on to some women entrepreneurs in New York City.
Well, it was very important for Cassandra and I to host this event, especially at the Navy Yard, just because we know as entrepreneurs ourselves how important it is to celebrate other women. Women helping women, women supporting women is our mission, and we definitely feel that it needs to be accomplished here at the Navy Yard. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. Cassandra, just one closing thought. How do you keep your members inspired and pushing forward through the challenges that lots of entrepreneurs, but especially women entrepreneurs, face?
The biggest thing that we have to do at Women in Business is really share information. We're here to give the information. We're here to guide them through the process because paperwork can be daunting. So we're here to make sure that they're following all the instructions in terms of filling out the paperwork and finding the right structures, including finance, because finance is a huge part of supporting your businesses. And Women in Business is here to show you all of the steps to make sure that you have a very successful company.
So thank you for joining us at Women in Business New York at the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
I'm so very excited to be here in the Navy Yard because we are contributing during this particular time your tax-paying dollars to contribute to making sure that the Navy Yard continues to be the #1 economic generator as well as job creator in the borough of Brooklyn, New York. So not too far from here, Building 77 is rapidly becoming available for tenants to utilize, and we're very proud of that. Thousands of jobs are going to be created. Approximately 3,000 jobs will be created at Building 77. And that's going to be an opportunity for organizations, businesses, not-for-profits, entrepreneurs to begin their business or to expand an already existing business. So I'm very excited about the opportunity for job creation here in the Navy Yard. I'm also very excited at this time here in the 35th District. We are in the budget process right now, and so I'm very proud to be able to support so many of our cultural institutions. We had a hearing today with the Department of Cultural Affairs about expanding the Department of Cultural Affairs budget to include more opportunities for arts organizations to be able to receive more funding to provide educational programming, job creation, and the ability to be able to weave community together. And so I'm very proud of the work that we are doing to continue to make the 35th District the cultural district that it is in the city of New York. I'm also very proud of the work that we are doing with CUNY and making sure that the fight for the resources that the governor has cut from CUNY's budget, we are fighting in the city council to make sure that those resources are restored, because CUNY is a powerful and dynamic force in the city of New York. It is a job creator, it is an equalizer, it is a pathway to the middle class. So we're going to be fighting to make sure that those resources are not only restored, but that CUNY, as well as its professors, receive a much needed increase that they have been denied for so very long. We want to make sure that those contracts and those salary negotiations are resolved in this budget process. We're also at this time discussing major improvements as it pertains to the Department of Youth and Community Services. We're fighting to make sure that every young person, the over 100,000 young people that apply for a summer youth job, are given the opportunity. I know for myself, I benefited tremendously from a summer youth opportunity. I was working in our parks. I worked at Prospect Park. I worked at Wingate Park when I was 16 and 17 years old, doing what they call bagging and stabbing in the park, cleaning the parks, but it created a work ethic that has stayed with me throughout my entire career. I want to make sure every young person has that opportunity that I had that's so valuable. And finally, one other piece that I just want to acknowledge, although there are so many that I'm passionate about, is making sure that in NYCHA we have the improvements, the capital improvements that need to be made in our NYCHA developments. NYCHA began as an incredible opportunity for affordable housing in the city of New York, but because of significant cuts on the federal government level, it has continued to depreciate in terms of its maintenance every single year. So we want to make sure that our residents that live in our NYCHA housing developments feel that they are not being left behind, that they are given all the dignity of living in the city of New York that everyone deserves. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that we are working to resolve those issues and to make sure that every NYCHA resident benefits from all of the economic growth and development and job creation that's happening in the city of New York.
Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to It's About Time TV1. And today, I have a very good friend who is a hip-hop pioneer. And we go by the name of Radio Rahim. And he's on the show today. He's going to give you a little history about him, what he's doing, and all those sort of things like that. All right? So with that, I'd like to welcome hip-hop pioneer Radio Rahim.
Yes.
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful to be here, man. It's no doubt that, it's been a while before I'm able to get here and chill out and greet the audience here, and it's no place better to be home in Brooklyn and Bed-Stuy and see young people in the studio here creating content, where content is king now. So it's about time. TV1 is a place to be right now today, no doubt, no doubt. The power and the energy is in this building right here in Brooklyn.
That's right.
Not
do
too
the right
far.
thing.
Not do the right thing, right? That's right. Right. Do the right thing. So yeah, it's a lot to talk about this evening. I want to say hello to all the viewers out there who's listening, who's watching, and I mean, I don't know what to say. There's so much to do. So if you want me to.
Yeah, well, we want to talk about, how you got the name.
Okay, yeah.
And
Well, in 1989, the name Radio Rahim came in 1989 when Spike Lee and Chuck D was producing the soundtrack for the movie Do the Right Thing. And when I got into the studio, I was already a hip-hop pioneer. I was working with Russell Simmons back in 1983. So when I got into the studio, one of the things that Pop knows about me is that, and like a lot of people, in my early years, everybody loved radio.
Yeah.
Everybody loves radio.
The boom
So,
box.
yeah. So in the 80s, I did a lot of award shows, early 80s, to promote a lot of artists that were signed to record labels who didn't really have money to promote themselves.
Right.
So that was in the 80s. So Spike used to watch me come and hang out, and one of my best friends, Kwame Olatunji, taught Spike film. And may his soul rest in peace. The
Blessings.
yeah, the Olatunji family, Baba Olatunji, the great African drummer. So so I became his godson. So what happened was in the studio, hip hop in '89, it was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
So these guys started calling me Radio. Him and Chuck D started calling me Radio Rahim. And meanwhile, they were in the studio putting the tracks together for Fight the Power. So that's for my, I guess, So then my friends started calling me Radio Rahim. So from '89 on, I was always known as Rahim.
Right.
So that came, and so that was a good thing. People felt like I was already doing my thing. So Spike is a great producer, Brooklynite. Big shout out to Spike Lee, putting me into the film or putting the Radio Rahim into it, the whatever mix you want to have. But truly, I've been known for doing a lot of innovative things, marketing, creating young millionaires with my marketing concepts that I used to help Public Enemy, Dougie Fresh. Run Houdini. Big shout out to Houdini. Grandmaster D. Jalil, and all those clats. So fast forward. And we don't have much time. We could talk, but I love being around young people who are behind the cameras here, and knowing that right here and at this studio here with Brick, so much learning going on, so much potential here going on. I've been excited because, at a young age, like you, we had mentors. We had people, elders who paved our way. G2 Weusi, Sonny Carson. They, Dr. Gerald Deas, a lot of M-Hotep, Gary Bird, Frankie Crocker. I don't know if young people know some of the names of those people, but I wouldn't be here without those people paving the road for me. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a lot of great organizations and movement. Coalition for Public Education. A lot of people don't know that we fought against charter schools early. Some of the things, no matter what you might think about charter schools, we were the first, thanks to Baba G. Tuweusi, Coalition for Public Education. That's a group that we have, education advocacy group, where we support public school advocacy. So no matter what you think of charter schools, we have found, we were the first group that went after the charter school, the corporate hedge fund owners of charter schools. The tricky thing about charter schools, which a lot of your viewers may not know, is that they take public funds out of the public school system and they put it into private hands, And those private hands control, and they don't have any unions in the school.
Right.
And usually the parents don't sit on the board of directors of the school and could
Right.
decide on how the money is spent. So what happens? You probably have heard Puff Daddy, P Diddy, right?
Yeah.
He, in the news lately, he brought a school. He just became part of a school. He brought a. So what I want everybody to do who are listening to this is to follow the money on charter schools and hedge funds and say whatever you. So what I want to just say, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is that people are excited that we have schools and entertainers are starting to get into schools and create schools. Oprah got a school.
Right.
The thing that I'm concerned about is that if you're a millionaire and made a lot of money off your people in your community,
Right.
why would you take money out of a public school system for you to have your own charter
Right.
school?
Right.
You know, and so charter schools really suck out the money
Right.
out of public schools,
Mm-hmm.
and they make them fail.
Right.
And I challenge any person. Now, there are some good charter schools. I'm not knocking the school itself. I'm knocking the formula that they use. Whereas after 7 years, if say you gave me $200,000 for the pub, you're investing in like Puff Daddy did,
Right,
P Diddy did.
Right.
He invested in a charter school, right?
Right.
In 7 years, you get whatever you invest in that charter school,
Mm-hmm.
you get your money back. You double your money back.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
It's supposed to be.
Right. That's what hedge funds are the ones who are heavily invested in charter school because they get a return in 7 years. Whatever they've invested, they'll get that investment, double that investment back in 7 years.
With a percentage.
Yeah. So I'm into schools. I'm into entertainment, which is entertainment or education.
Yeah.
And we got this. I wanted to talk about. Is that okay for me to talk about
Yeah.
the school that I run?
Yes.
That will
Paul
create the
Robeson?
community school called the
Yeah.
Paul Robeson.
Yeah.
Paul Robeson. You guys know about Paul Robeson. He's a great African American athlete, actor, also a lawyer out of Rutgers University. So we got a school we created
Can y'all get
5
that?
years ago called the Paul Robeson Freedom School.
Yeah.
We run it during the summer. Run it during the summer. Pop Gaskins got the flyer up, you know, for it right now. But what's exciting about where we are now in this in this age where we are now, you have a lot of young people who really are waking up that we as a people can create our own school. So what we did, we didn't create anything we didn't like reinvent the wheel. We went to 1964. They had this Mississippi Freedom Schools, right?
Right.
So the Paul Robeson Freedom School, which I'm the director of, and Baba Jitu Weusi helped me found the school and gave me all I needed to help me run the school. And he passed on a year ago.
Yeah.
And may his soul rest in peace.
May you rest in peace,
yes.
Baba, too.
And Brother Michael Hooper, he's also here now helping me with the school. And we have a lot of great contributors to the school. And in fact, some of the students here have asked to work at the school. And so I'm quite excited about what we can do. So but what I want to say about how the Freedom School started, what we got the idea from, a lot of your viewers may or may not know, there was a time when, in 1964, there was a struggle with schools in Mississippi. It's called the Mississippi Freedom Schools. So what parents did, they didn't want to educate the school system didn't want to educate our children. So what the parents and the community did, they formed their own schools, and their apartments and their houses. What they got books, and they got teachers together. And they says, okay, well, if the state doesn't want to educate our children,
then we'll do it ourselves.
We'll do it ourselves, Pop. So that's where I got the idea from. You guys can Google that, the Mississippi Freedom School. And the formula that we use is basically the mind, the body, and our collective spirit. To focus on the mind, the body, and our collective spirit. That's the curriculum. So at the Paul Robeson Freedom School, which we'll have some students on later at some other shows. Pop Gaskins already invited me to come back and to bring some of the students on, talk about some of the programs that we offer at the school, some of our successes, some of our most exciting developments in our school. That's what's going on. And like I said, you know, the Paul Robeson Freedom School was created because as a parent, right, I was called in as a parent leader. I trained parents, and they have this thing called the parent leadership team. And so school leadership team, and I became a trainer. I became a trainer in District 13 on how to train parents to take over their school, to take leadership of their school. And a lot of things are not happening that should happen in the public school system with a parent leadership team. But make a long story short, I went into the Paul Robeson High School. I was called in as an advocate because the parents said to me, listen, our students are doing well. However, they're not getting the resources from the Board of Education that they're supposed to, and the Board of Education is making our school fail because if you make our school, because there's a plan afoot to underfund our school, so we'll make our students look like they're not being educated, that they're underserved, under par. So I went into the school to work with the parents, and I brought another friend of mine in, another teacher, and we went in and we worked with the students, and the students did one of the historic walkouts in history here, called the Paul Robeson High School Students Walkout. You can Google that. And what they did, what happens is that parents are so busy, right, day in and day out, trying to keep food on the table.
That's right.
And because of my, you know, availability and entrepreneurship, I'm able to give back to my community. So I have I had time to work with the students. The students went to their parents and said, "Look, our parents are really they can't come to the meeting." You know, they couldn't come to the meeting. So believe it or not, the students decided themselves to get together with the rest of the community, with their parents' permission, to walk out. And over 90 students walked out of school. It's documented. And the reason why, and they didn't just walk out. They walked out of school to a teach-in. This was 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, right? So they walked out. So the rest of the community got together, you know, and says, you know, it's wrong what they're doing at the Paul Robeson Freedom School, underfunding those students and making them look. We went to a lot of hearings to fight for the school, a lot of local elected officials and yourself and so many other people said, no, don't close the school, don't change the structure, just give them the money they need, but they were not being heard. So the students decided to do a historic walkout. And they had students join them from a lot of high schools, I mean, Brooklyn Tech, and we ended up at Fort Greene Park, not too far from here. You know, and a lot happened. They walked out to a teach-in. So they made history, and out of that, you know, a lot of stuff happened since that. And then we end up creating, the students from that high school end up, along with Babaji Tuweusi and some of the people from the coalition, Dr. Sam Anderson, a lot of others, who helped create and helped me take this baby I got in my hand now called the Paul Robeson Freedom School. And this school was created out of struggle from some high school students, local high school students, you know. And I'm so forever grateful to using my hip-hop pioneering skills.
That's right, to make a change.
To making a change and having some of the great students now come through the Paul Robeson Freedom School. And anybody who wants to do a school, it's possible. We run it as an 8-week summer camp out of the Church of St. Luke's and St. Matthew right here in Clinton Hills. And we start, for parents who want to get involved, there's a number on the card there where you could, I'm talking about the card that Pop Gaskins is holding right now. Hopefully one of the cameras can get that number there. I don't remember that number. I think it's 347. Read it off to them, right?
Yeah, 347.
We know that much, right? Anybody can remember 347-618-8675.
That's information.
Yeah, 347-618-8675.
8675. And also get in touch with Radio Rahim too.
Yeah.
And how could people help you in what you need
Yeah.
and if you need?
Well, I would say you could, best to help me is by going to the Paul Robeson Freedom School.org, paulrobersonfreedomschool.org. You can go there, and you could find out a little bit about me, find a little about the school, be connected and how you can help. Also, you can go to the Detroit Water Brigade. You know, I'm doing some things in Detroit with the water situation for the past 2 years. We've been helping families have a way to deal with the water crisis, and so that's the Detroit Water Brigade. And the Coalition for Public Education, that's a website you can reach out for. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is The Real Radio Rahim. And all you got to do is Google Hip Hop Pioneer Radio Rahim and follow me and get how it goes down. But, you know, that's a little bit about how you get in touch with me. But I think the best thing that we can do is like stay tuned into, you know, this program, what's happening here. You know, I watch a lot. I mean, I've been on CNN. I prefer to be in the behind the scenes and the cameras, but I think like local entrepreneurs, local producers need to be recognized. So I refuse CNN. I refuse a lot of networks that want to talk to me about, for example, most of you guys don't even know this, right? Some of you don't know this. A lot of these young white kids came to the community, you know, beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter what color you are, but they happen to be young white boys and white women, white girls, and students, teachers, some young teachers. So they came to me and Baba G2 Radio C in the community not too long ago, and you guys heard this thing happen, and they came in Bed-Stuy. We did a test run here in Bed-Stuy. It's really true talk. I've been on a couple of stations. I've been on another station talking about this, but this is the first time I'm talking about this here. And it's also in the New York Times. Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a founder of that. You know, I'm one of the founders of Occupy Wall Street, which was a movement, you know what I'm saying? And I used my hip-hop skills, and one of the fun things that we had, and I tell all the viewers to use this, and I realize this too, is that, this is a power. This could be a weapon. This could be used. Young people, young white students came out to Occupy Wall Street, and they used this.
Right.
They use this. The mass media. That's why I'm always supporting the local media and the underground media. So Occupy Wall Street created a lot. That was most recent movement that I've been a part of. And since then, we started. We moved out to doing some things in Detroit. There's a lot of good news is going to be coming out that young people can be involved in Detroit. You know, big shout out to my people in Detroit, my brothers and sisters out there in Detroit, you know, struggling. Not only Detroit, Flint, Michigan. And, you know, as part of my activism is being on the ground, giving back to my community and just, you know, having fun, definitely having fun, no doubt. I mean, fighting the power can be fun, you know, that is no doubt, you know, and I love to fight the power. We use some good music tracks. A lot. I met a musician here, and hopefully he'll be coming over to the Paul Robeson Freedom School, you know, okay, and
that's what it's about, getting together. That's what it's about, getting together, making things happen, you know, and it's not easy, you know. I could say myself, what I'm doing, I did not want to do, but I had no choice. And people say you have a choice because, like, the Lord called me to do what I'm doing because really the reason why this is here, to give location, support, and opportunity. And I'm proud of you, too, because what your sacrifice is for the people, you know, a lot of people don't understand what you want to do in your life, you know, if you want to do what you're doing, you know, because a lot of us have our own agendas, what we want to do, but those who do it, that what they need to be doing, you know, to do the right thing is what it is. Those who don't care, whatever, that's another story. But the thing of it is, like, you know, Sonny Carson, G2, and a lot of us, I mean, we fought to make things happen, you know, for our people, our kind. You know what I mean? And it's not easy.
It'd be an insult for me not to stand up, to remember those who paved the way for me. And in fact, that's how I have so much fun, because the road that I'm walking on is paved already.
Right.
You know, it's already been laid out, a blueprint. Jay-Z talks about the blueprint. Yeah, you're just so right. You know, follow the blueprint of which our elders and our great ancestors left for us to create, you know, some of this good content that happens on this show.
Yeah, because we have to give location, support, and opportunity. The first thing is we have to pass the torch, because look at me. You know, I'm 9 months plus 78 years old. You know, I don't know how much longer I will be here, but the people, you know, the young people, they need our support.
You're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Even if you physically disappear.
Right, I'll still be here in the spirit.
That's it.
But, you know, these are things that need to be done, because with Dale and all the young people and things, including Veronica, young lady, and Beryl.
Beryl, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I met them all this, that energy is electric.
Oh, yeah.
You want, because that happens, you know, who doesn't want to be in an environment where the energy is electric, you know what I'm saying? Where everybody is working together for one cause.
And we can't
you know
do it all we can't do it all. We can't do it all by ourselves. We need to pass the torch so other people can help us, so we can take a break, you know, and just relax. Maybe go to Kalamazoo somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think you're relaxing a little bit right now, because you got some very dynamite young people who are quick to fill that spot, brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of the foundation you've laid down. You know what I'm saying? That's for, even like I said. This is good. This is a good. This is a good thing.
You got to come back, and you got to come and host the show. You got to bring the students. You know, let me know ahead of time so we get that date. But also, I want to thank Radio Rahim for coming to the show. And also, y'all, call him. Call
the
this
Paul
number.
Robeson Freedom School.
Yeah, and support, because the young people need it. Whether the old people and the middle age don't, the young people need it. So with that note is, like I said, is you know, there's a lot of sacrifice that, you know, we have done because we care, you know, and we love what we're doing. Even though we might not have the time for ourselves, you know, because like my sons and daughters, they get at me all the time, Daddy, why are you doing so much? Take it easy, you know, but I can't. I tell them I don't have a choice. They say, Daddy, you know, you've been helping everybody else all your life.
That's right.
You know, you raised us and everything else, so now it's time for us to take care of you. I'm like, no, that's okay, you know. But Radio Rahim, so what's your next agenda? Next
agenda is to economically help my community to become more independent of, you know, predatory lenders.
Okay, and y'all, listen.
Detroit, Michigan. Watch out.
Right? And listen, y'all, it's about time TV1 comes on every Thursday night at 1 a.m. Every Thursday night at 1 a.m. And you have to keep watching to see when this is going to be aired for Radio Rahim, to let y'all know about, to get involved with him and Paul Robeson.
I'm coming back.
That's right. Right? So with that note, we thank y'all very, very much. You know, peace and love. It's about time, TV1. Okay. All right.
Trippy, he on his way to the top. Got the squad with him, so the movement never stop. Triple cup hydrate, we this thing. Captain of his ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, he's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him, so the movement never stop. Triple cup hydrate, we help him think. Captain of his ship sounds nice, but he's the king. He's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him, so the movement never stop. Triple cup hydrate, we help him think. Captain of his ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, on my way to the top. Carrying my team, so my game never stop. Standing on the block, looking like Pop. Not fucking with you niggas, you have nothing on my pot. or nothing in the pot. Mind the wrong business, you get touched by the Glock. Your life has just been clocked. Managing my time like I'm living in a watch. Since you at your trick, man, I been had the drop. Riding in that SRT, you thought my name was hot. Electrocute that badge, you knew my dick came with the shot. Creeping in my room like I gotta find the box. Slippery and wet, I then crashed into the spot. Manipulative humans, loyalty not exerted. You smoking on that nigga weed like you just made a purchase. Give his blunt back before that nigga is twerking. Eat your own shit and make it flip and keep it working. He's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him so the movement never stops. Hydrate, we helps him think. Captain of the ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, he's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him so the movement never stops. Triple cup hydrate, we helps him think. Captain of the ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, on my meter to the top. He kept going like he said his plan never flopped. Going up on stage like propane has been shot. I'm buying Trippy tickets twice I paid off my fines. Run to the booth and I get my tickets. I'm off 3 pills and I'm feeling trippy. Connie hands, so that's 2 trippy. They 2 drinks, mix your gin. Bitch, when the people rolling up the Kenny. All these little niggas rolling up skinny. Look at the show, look at the squad like, yeah, nigga, we all 50. I gotta get back to my trap. My phone and weed, we gon' tap. These babies, they do not lack. On wax, I'm speaking all facts. I swear B.I.D. in this ass. Humans be claiming they boat, but be throwing up signs on the ass. Please help me understand. I'm be laying low, out the way, I be treat. Run a couple shacks, you could call me. Help them treat my dudes, flip the cop the session. And then I realize this Trippy is a blessing. He's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him so the movement never stop. Triple carbohydrate, we helps him think. Captain of a ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, he's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him so the movement never stop. Triple carbohydrate, weed helps him think. Captain of a ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, he's on his way to the top. Got his squad with him so the movement never stop. Triple carbohydrate, weed helps him think. Captain of a ship sounds nice, but he's the king. Trippy, we're going up. Thanks. All right. Yeah. It's King Trippy. Huh. It's GLG 360.
Banner Schoolboy GLG 360.
Welcome to It's About
Peace.
Time TV1.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Amanda Watkins, and I'm with SlayByA.com. We're here with Armani, Troy, and Vanessa to talk about fashion and online boutiques. So, Troy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm great. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this company?
My name is Troy, and I'm 19. Well, I'm 20, sorry. I just turned 20 in March. I'm from Harlem, and I found out about the company because Amanda DM'd me on Instagram, and she asked me if I would like to come to a casting. And I don't have any modeling experience, so I'm really excited about modeling.
Great. So, what do you feel like you would gain from SlayByA?
I hope to gain self-confidence. I really got confidence when I cut my hair. And yeah, I'm looking to gain confidence.
Great. So how do you feel like we as women, because SlayByA is a woman empowerment, boutique, and we empower women and we want everyone to feel confident within themselves. So how do you feel like we would help you with that?
When you guys told me about the Queens of New York pageant, how everybody's a queen and nobody really loses in the pageant. Yeah, I think that really uplifts women because we all look down on each other sometimes, so I think that will really uplift other women.
Great. So what kinds of impact, I agree with everything that you say. So what kinds of impact do you think that you would have on the other girls?
Well, I like to try different colors in my hair, so I think I would impact other girls to, well, inspire other girls to try different things and be themselves and just think outside of the box.
Great. I love that answer. So, okay, moving on a little bit to the fashion side, what made you, because you're obviously drop dead gorgeous, what made you, you know, what did fashion have to do, if it does, anything with your haircut and, you know, how you dress?
I don't know. I have to really think about that question.
Okay, so what made you cut your hair?
I was actually going through a lot, and I just needed something really different, so I just went to the barbershop and cut all of my hair off. I had really long hair, so.
And I love that, because that is what is kind of like, you know, a woman empowerment thing. I love that. That's great.
Yes.
So what kind of style do you have?
I dress according to my mood. So if I'm tired, I'll throw on a sweatsuit. If I feel pretty, like if I got a good rest at night, I'll dress up and look cute.
Thank you so much, Troy, for coming, and we will be right back. Welcome back to It's About Time TV1. I'm your host, Amanda Watkins, and I'm sitting here with my guests, Armani and Vanessa. Hey guys, how are you?
Hey. Hi.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what inspired you? I know you're a model. I know both of you guys are models. So what inspired you to model and to really, you know, get yourself out there?
Well, for me, it's looking through Vogue or 17 magazine and seeing Jordan Dunn or seeing Tyra Banks or Naomi Campbell, and I'm like, I want to be that.
Right.
So that pushed me.
They inspire you.
Yeah.
I know. I love that. Do you ever like go home and kind of like, you know, look at their pictures and model it in the mirror?
Yeah, it's in the mirror,
bit?
and you're just posing and just
Right.
trying to be like.
Yeah. So what makes you, you know, have, like, what gives you the confidence to actually go out there and just do it?
Well, having my mom actually telling me, like, to just don't care what anybody say about you and just be free-spirited and just go with the flow made me confident. Like, she brought confidence into me, so that just made me naturally be comfortable in my skin.
That's amazing. So how do you feel like, because, you know, once again, we are about women empowerment, how do you feel like you can, you know, pass that on to the other girls, any other girls that kind of lack a little bit of confidence?
Because I'm all about women empowerment naturally, and I feel like women in this industry get degraded in different ways, and we don't get as much appreciation as men. So I feel like I will bring that to the table and inform the girls that never feel like you're less than a man. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
All about like feminism.
Yes.
I love it. So Vanessa, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 19 years old. I also live in Harlem, and I love modeling. Since I was younger, I started watching America's Next Top Model with my sister, and that absolutely just, it made me love modeling. Since then, I just wanted to be on TV, be in magazines, just be someone that others can look up to.
Awesome. So what kinds of advice do you think that you can give an aspiring model?
Definitely stay true to yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, and always have the most confidence in yourself.
That's amazing. I love that. That is
Thank you.
amazing. So for you guys both, how do you feel, like, how is it, because a lot of girls out there want to be in the modeling industry, and once again, I know it's hard to, you know, girls are kind of, you know, catty sometimes. Everybody wants to be the spotlight as far as being a model. So how do you guys, you know, kinds of work together and, you know, just have that kind of bond?
Definitely, I think it's that women need to stop thinking that it's always competition. Like sometimes, well, all the time, we need to just get together because we're stronger together than single.
Right. So how do you think Slay can help you guys with that?
Slay can help me with that because Amanda, you, the owner, is helpful because you're all about women empowerment, women equality, and I feel like all women are equal.
Right.
And like she said, it shouldn't be a competition on who's better. We should all be on one platform.
I agree. So, okay. so okay, I love that. I do. You guys are giving such great answers. I'm just loving the vibe. So what do you guys, bringing it more to the fashion, because, you know, fashion and Slay, we are just here together. And Slay is an online boutique for women And of course, we want to help build the confidence for women, and you guys are like the perfect role models for that.
Thank you.
And I just want to know, what kinds of, how can I say this? What kinds of, vibe can you give off with Slay's clothing?
Well, I'm a mixture of classy and edgy. Like, I can mix like a leather jacket with some heels, so I'm a little bit of everything, so I can bring cledgy to Slay. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, definitely, when I think of your company, Slay by A, it's definitely comfort, because I am in love with those fuzzy slippers, and they're just so fabulous, but they can also bring you comfort at the same time.
Right. So it's just all about, like, still being comfortable but stylish and still going out looking good.
Yes.
Yes.
Because those sliders, girl.
Yes. Yes, I love them too. So, okay. So how is modeling with Slay so far? Like, do you guys enjoy it?
Phenomenal. It's homey. Like, it feels like I'm with my mother every day, and like it's pampering. Everybody's like family. It doesn't feel like a business. It feels like family.
Right. What about you?
Well, this is my first time modeling, so you've definitely made me feel extremely comfortable. I mean, this is like my first or second time meeting her. Everything's amazing. Like, I love everyone so far. Everything's just so good. Like, I can see everyone wants to grow together, and that's all that it's about.
Right. It is. Thank you so much. So, okay. What kinds of advice can you guys give to, girls who want to model with Slay, upcoming models?
I would say, like I said before, have confidence, and knowing you are very accepting. You love every type of woman, so just go for it. Definitely.
Absolutely. I agree. Okay, and we'll be right back right after this.
And if they want to get in touch with the Queens of New York beauty pageant, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, you can contact me at slaybya@gmail.com. We are also looking for models, so we'll be always having a casting call, so you can email me there.
Okay. All right. And that's final. With that note, see y'all.
I'm so very excited to be here in the Navy Yard because we are contributing during this particular time your tax-paying dollars to contribute to making sure that the Navy Yard continues to be the #1 economic generator as well as job creator in the borough of Brooklyn, New York. So not too far from here, Building 77 is rapidly becoming available for tenants to utilize, and we're very proud of that. Thousands of jobs are going to be created. Approximately 3,000 jobs will be created at Building 77. And that's going to be an opportunity for organizations, businesses, not-for-profits, entrepreneurs to begin their business or to expand an already existing business. So I'm very excited about the opportunity for job creation here in the Navy Yard. I'm also very excited at this time here in the 35th District. We are in the budget process right now, and so I'm very proud to be able to support so many of our cultural institutions. We had a hearing today with the Department of Cultural Affairs about expanding the Department of Cultural Affairs budget to include more opportunities for arts organizations to be able to receive more funding to provide educational programming, job creation, and the ability to be able to weave community together. And so I'm very proud of the work that we are doing to continue to make the 35th District the cultural district that it is in the city of New York. I'm also very proud of the work that we are doing with CUNY and making sure that the fight for the resources that the governor has cut from CUNY's budget, we are fighting in the city council to make sure that those resources are restored, because CUNY is a powerful and dynamic force in the city of New York. It is a job creator, it is an equalizer, it is a pathway to the middle class. So we're going to be fighting to make sure that those resources are not only restored, but that CUNY, as well as its professors, receive a much-needed increase that they have been denied for so very long. We want to make sure that those contracts and those salary negotiations are resolved in this budget process. We're also at this time discussing major improvements as it pertains to the Department of Youth and Community Services. We're fighting to make sure that every young person The over 100,000 young people that apply for a summer youth job are given the opportunity. I know for myself, I benefited tremendously from a summer youth opportunity. I was working in our parks. I worked at Prospect Park. I worked at Wingate Park when I was 16 and 17 years old, doing what they call bagging and stabbing in the park, cleaning the parks. But it created a work ethic that has stayed with me throughout my entire career. I want to make sure every young person has that opportunity that I had that's so valuable. And finally, one other piece that I just want to acknowledge, although there are so many that I'm passionate about, is making sure that at NYCHA we have the improvements, the capital improvements that need to be made in our NYCHA developments. NYCHA began as an incredible opportunity for affordable housing in the city of New York, but because of significant cuts on the federal government level, it has continued to depreciate in terms of its maintenance every single year. So we want to make sure that our residents that live in our NYCHA housing developments feel that they are not being left behind, that they are given all the dignity of living in the city of New York that everyone deserves. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the fact that we are working to resolve those issues and to make sure that every NYCHA resident benefits from all of the economic growth and development and job creation that's happening in the city of New York.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Cassandra Tennyson, and I'm one of the co-founders of Women in Business New York, also the owner of Sublime Moments Events, and I am so excited that you all were able to make it.
Hello, my name is benbow-fung, and I am a co-founder of Women in Business New York, as well as the founder of JMXW Printing.
We have our panel here today, but first of all, we wanted to at least take a moment out and be thankful and joyful that we're here as women in business, and knowing that a higher and greater being is in the room guiding us every day in our businesses and in our daily lives. I'd like to also bring up Jocelynne Rainey from the Brooklyn Navy Yard. She has a few words to share with us.
So first I want to say thank you for being here. The Brooklyn Navy Yard is an amazing space. It's an amazing place to be, and I'm so glad you're here. If it's your first time being here, I hope it's not your last. We're particularly excited because some of the people that work here and really help with our thriving economic development organization are here as well. So we're glad that CACI is here and they're part of this. I am the Chief Administrative Officer, and I'm also the MWBE Officer. So the Navy Yard is very, very much committed to using minority and women-owned businesses in our day-to-day contracting. We are a 300-acre industrial park. We have over 300 businesses here that do business every day. 7,000 people come here to work. We are going through our largest growth, and in the next 5 years, there'll be over 20,000 people coming here. So the opportunities here are amazing. And our CEO, who couldn't be here today and he really wanted to be here, and I'm here to bring you greetings for him, is really, really committed to doing what's right for the community. So we are really excited to be working with this group. We hope that we'll be doing more. And I'm excited that you have this wonderful panel here. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for joining us this evening at Women in Business New York. So we just enjoyed a fabulous panel and networking event. If you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your business, and then give us your favorite takeaway from this evening.
All right, well.
Tall order, but you got it.
Sorry?
You got it.
Okay. Well, my name's Karen Charrington. I'm an attorney in the area. Actually, I have an office in Queens, also Manhattan, and I also work in Westchester County. So I handle criminal defense on a federal and a state level, and also civil litigation and matrimonial law, which is divorces. So I came here really expecting to network, find out some more information about building capital and also building my brand. And I was able to get some really great information. I actually met with Chase, a representative, who was very helpful to me. And I got more information about networking, how to do it, how to follow up. You know, those little techniques that I'm not really that accustomed to, that I need to sort of build on a little bit more. So I was very happy, very pleased that I came today.
Fantastic. So
yes.
If anyone wanted to get in contact with you
yes.
and procure your services, how would they do that?
Well, they could either Google me. Again, my name is Karen Charrington, CharringTon, and they can find me there. They can email me from my website, which is thecharringtonlawfirm.com, and they can find me for whatever legal questions they may have.
Thank you so much. Another woman in business making it work. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Women in Business New York. My name is Cassandra Tennyson, co-founder of Women in Business New York and founder of CY Motors LLC. Today I'd like to welcome to one of our panelists, Courtney Arrington Baldwin of Mr. Baldwin Styles. I'm so sorry. One moment.
Hi, thanks for welcoming me. Again, my name is Courtney Arrington Baldwin, and I am the co-founder of Mr. Baldwin Style, which is a wardrobe styling business that focuses on menswear and in particular grooms.
So one of the questions that we're asked all the time is, how did you come about being a woman-owned business or co-partnering and co-founding a business in the current climate of business owners? Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Sure. So as you mentioned, I co-founded the business with my husband, so we're a husband and wife business, and we focus on menswear styling. So we really used his 9 years of styling experience, 15 years of fashion experience with Ralph Lauren and other large brands to combine with my engineering experience. So I mostly handle the business side, using my analytical skills and business skills and budgeting skills to really help the business.
Well, we thank you so much for coming, and we can't wait to hear more about your business with the rest of the guests tonight.
Thank you for having me. I know, I am paranoid. I'm like,
I was amazed. I was like, you really, like, this is like going for
Melanie
Barbara Walters.
Melanie Fell.
Yes, you did such a great job.
This is my passion, and when you're talking about entrepreneurship, I make sure I work into the other things that I do.
You should. I was up there sitting and I was like, what did I ask you to do for me? Because I was like, you do something. Exactly. I didn't know. I needed really to create something. But you could just like, it was beautiful. And I loved it. And you did it